Did you know that loneliness after 60 can harm your health as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day? Millions of older adults wake up every morning to silence, an empty kitchen, and a chair at the table that no longer has someone sitting across from it. This silence isn't just emotional, it carries a physical cost that science has measured again and again. All scientific studies mentioned in this video are listed in the description below. Think for a moment about the first hour of your day. The way you begin those early minutes often decides how connected, purposeful, or isolated the rest of your day will feel. Researchers have found that the routines you choose right after waking can directly influence hormones linked to stress, the sharpness of your memory, and your willingness to connect with others. A passive morning spent in front of the TV or scrolling without intention often deepens the sense of emptiness. But an active, intentional morning ritual can set off a cascade of positive effects: more energy, better mood, and even stronger resilience against the silent epidemic of loneliness. Let's begin with the first habit: light and movement. Sunlight is not only a gift, it's a biological regulator. Exposure to natural light early in the day tells your brain to stop producing melatonin, the hormone of sleep, and to begin producing serotonin, the hormone of mood and alertness. Studies have shown that older adults who receive morning light for at least 15 minutes each day experience more stable circadian rhythms and fewer symptoms of depression. Imagine opening your curtains, letting the soft glow of morning sun touch your skin, and pairing that with gentle stretches or a slow walk outside. Even these small actions lower stress hormones like cortisol, which, when left unchecked, contribute to feelings of anxiety and disconnection. Movement in the morning does not need to be complex or intense. A simple set of stretches while standing near your bed or walking down the street to greet the morning can be enough. What matters is consistency. Seniors who engage in light physical activity each morning are significantly less likely to develop depressive symptoms and tend to maintain stronger social lives. Why? Because movement primes the body for engagement. It makes the mind more alert, the emotions more balanced, and the heart more open to interaction. Imagine starting your day with a small routine: 5 minutes of deep breathing, a gentle shoulder roll, and then a step outside to feel the light. It seems small, but its impact grows over time. The second habit is about social connection. Loneliness thrives in silence, but it weakens in the presence of even the simplest connection. Science tells us that micro-interactions like greeting a neighbor, calling a family member, or chatting briefly with someone in a community group are enough to trigger the release of oxytocin, a hormone that fosters trust and belonging. A daily ritual of connection, whether it's a short phone call, a text, or a planned coffee chat, fights the sense of invisibility that so many older adults report. Imagine a list on your kitchen counter with the names of friends, siblings, or neighbors. Each morning, you call one of them for 5 minutes. It doesn't need to be long. Even a brief exchange of good wishes creates a thread of connection that weaves into a net strong enough to carry you through the day. If phone calls feel too heavy, consider starting the day by waving to the neighbor walking their dog or joining a morning walking group. These are small acts, but their power lies in repetition. Each time you reach out, you remind yourself and others you are still part of a living, breathing community. The third habit centers on mindful nutrition. Breakfast is more than fuel, it can be a ritual of connection and purpose. Studies suggest that eating meals together, even virtually, reduces feelings of isolation and improves both physical and mental health. If you live alone, Consider setting up a regular video breakfast with a friend or family member. Sharing a meal, even through a screen, creates accountability, conversation, and the feeling of being seen. Nutrition itself also plays a role in emotional health. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as walnuts or flaxseed, and antioxidants from fruits like blueberries, have been shown to support brain function and stabilize mood. Starting the morning with a meal rich in these nutrients helps your body fight inflammation, a biological factor linked to depression and cognitive decline. Imagine preparing a simple bowl of oats with walnuts and berries, eaten while listening to music or while exchanging a few words with someone you love. This transforms breakfast from an isolated act into a ritual that nurtures both body and soul. Rituals like this create structure in life, and structure provides a sense of meaning, reminding you that your day is guided by intention rather than emptiness. The fourth and fifth habits work together: reflection and gratitude. Many seniors describe mornings as the most difficult time of day. The emptiness is loudest when the day hasn't yet begun. Reflection practices such as journaling, meditation, or prayer act as anchors against this emptiness. By writing a few sentences in a journal, you give shape to thoughts that otherwise spiral in silence. By meditating, even for 5 minutes, you ground yourself in the present moment rather than drifting into loneliness about the past or anxiety about the future. These practices are not abstract, they have been studied extensively. Reflection techniques reduce stress hormones, improve emotional regulation, and help older adults maintain resilience in the face of loss. Gratitude, too, has a measurable effect. Researchers at the University of California found that individuals who keep a daily gratitude practice experience higher levels of optimism and long-term well-being. Starting your morning by listing 3 small things you are grateful for: a sunrise, a call from a friend, a memory of laughter, shifts the mind toward abundance rather than scarcity. Gratitude does not erase loneliness, but it reframes it, offering perspective and strength. These reflective practices become even more powerful when combined with daily planning. Older adults who begin the day by writing down 1 or 2 intentions often feel more directed and less lost. Imagine writing, "Today I will walk to the park and greet the gardener," or "I will call my cousin and share a story." Such intentions transform the day from an empty stretch of hours into a purposeful journey. Reflection reminds you where you are, gratitude reminds you of what you have, and planning reminds you of where you are going. Together, they form a shield against the despair of solitude. Science provides a striking final insight. Researchers at the National Institutes of Health discovered that just 10 minutes of meaningful conversation a day can reduce stress hormones by up to 20%. 10 minutes, that's less than the time it takes to prepare breakfast. If such a small investment can bring such measurable relief, imagine the impact of combining it with light exposure, movement, mindful meals, gratitude, and reflection. The effect is not just additive. It is transformative. So let's bring it all together. The first hour of your day is a key that either locks you in silence or opens the door to connection. When you open your curtains and move your body, you tell your mind, "I am alive and ready." When you make a phone call or greet a neighbor, you affirm, "I am not invisible." When you eat a mindful breakfast, you nourish both body and spirit. When you reflect, write, or pray, you anchor your heart against emptiness. And when you express gratitude, you invite hope to sit at the table where loneliness once sat. Maybe you felt the weight of mornings, the drag of silence, the ache of invisibility. But remember this: loneliness is not a life sentence. These habits are not distant promises. They are small steps available to you today, right now, tomorrow morning. Choose one. Open your window and let the light in. Pick up the phone and dial a number. Write a single sentence of gratitude. Each act is a seed, and with time, they grow into a garden of connection, belonging, and purpose. If this message resonates with you, share it with someone you care about. No one should face aging alone. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more science-backed tips on living stronger, healthier, and more fulfilled after 60. Because your mornings can do more than begin a day, they can begin a new chapter of life.